What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Amazon exclusive Mighty Morphin Finster. And so here we have Finster posed and out of the packaging. Before we take a look at the figure, let's actually run through his accessories really fast. Finster does come with two different pairs of hands. We do get a pair of grip hands. Then we get a right hand that has a really tight grip for holding one of the accessories. We get a left relaxed hand. Then we get an array of tools and accessories. We do get a magnifying glass, which does look really nice. He can hold that in any of his grip hands. He comes with a rolling pin. He comes with a spatula with a twisted end to it, which looks really nice. He does come with a sculpting tool, which does fit into that tightly gripping right hand. Then he does come with a briefcase with a putty molded in it, as well as two other putties that he can take out and have him holding. Other than that, Finster doesn't come with anything else, so let's actually take a closer look at Finster. And so here we have a closer look at Finster, and I think Hasbro has done a really good job with this figure. Now, originally when I saw this figure, I thought they made a mistake by painting his little feathers, facial feathers right here, white, and making him like this beige color. But going back to look at the on-screen model, that's actually accurate. He does have white bearded parts, and then his base is like this beigeish, whitish color. So that is accurate, and that is how it's supposed to look. Now on mine you can see that the glasses aren't quite centered, and unfortunately they are glued in behind his ears, so I really can't fix that without pulling them off and then doing it myself. But it's a non-issue, and I don't think it's going to play into me displaying this figure. But it might annoy you guys, so just keep that in mind. You can see he does have this blue wrap around his head, which looks really nice. They painted it very cleanly, and then you can see he has his I don't know what this would be called, his hair tied back, which is really interesting. You can see he has these really long ears that taper off into feathers, which look really cool. And then we do have his jewelry right here, done in this really nice bronze color. So overall, really good job on the head sculpt. It really does look like the model on the show. And then we have a look at his outfit, and of course, because he is the sculptor of the monsters, he is wearing a apron with tools attached to it. You can see I do have him with the magnifying glass, and it looks really cool. I do like that. Moving that off to the side, you can see his little sculpting tools right here. Looks like we have a couple of blades, some chisels, and then a scoop right there, and that's what he uses to create all the monsters in Power Rangers. And of course, it's a really nice apron, and they did design it very nicely. You can see it does have some clips right here in the front. As always, no paint in the back, and that's really starting to get annoying to me. They really need to start painting the back of the figures. But yeah, it still looks really nice, and then it does have a white shirt, which kind of blends in with his skin tone. I really don't want to say that's a skin tone, because I don't know if he has fur or not, but yeah, you can see his neck is almost the same color as the shirt, almost like they just painted it in one color and called it a day, which is kind of lazy. But Hasbro will Hasbro at the end of the day. He does have some silver shoulder pads, which, surprisingly, being the guy who's never in a fight, has some scuffs on it, so that is really interesting. And then his white sleeves do turn into these black sleeves, as you can see right here, done very nice. Again, they have that bronze detail on them right here. Moving the magnifying glass out so we can go on to the rest of his outfit. You can see that he has storage for his tools. We do have the little spatula right here with its little twisted spiral right there, looking really nice. And then we have the rolling pin. I kind of wish that he had another spot so we could put this little tool that he has right here that I have him with the grip hand. It's a really nice little tool, but I kind of would have liked it if it could fit in here somehow. No, it can't. I was going to say maybe it can, but no, it doesn't fit in there. It's supposed to be this tool right here, I believe, but because that is so small, I don't think they sculpted it and they just made one that he can hold. But yeah, I would have liked it if that also had a storage spot. These can come out if you really want them to. The rolling pin has to come out this way because it only goes in one way. But I do like the fact that you do get that storage. I was going to say weapon storage, but these aren't weapons. They are like sculpting tools, We have some scissors right there, some more tools to help him sculpt. But yeah, really nice detail on Finster here. It's one of the more creative villains that Hasbro has had a take on. Then we do go on to his gray sweatpants. So he is in the gray sweatpants season, and there's really not much to it. It's just basically gray sweatpants. It's not really like fancy pants. It looks like gray sweatpants, and it does go on to his shoes, which are done very nicely in that really nice dark gray. It's not black, but it's not bright gray. It's just this really nice dark gray color, and I do like it. So overall, Finster here has some really nice detail, and it looks a lot like the model from the show, so gotta give him credit there. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get Finster posed and compared to other figures you may have in your collection. Here we have Finster posed next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops and a DC Multiverse Superman. Here we have Finster posed next to a WWE Elite Scale figure in a Mezco 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man. Here we have Finster posed next to a Lightning Collection White Ranger and a Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian. And finally, here we do have Finster posed next to Rita Repulsa and Lord Zed. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's actually move on to Finster's articulation. Now, Finster does have a surprising amount of articulation for somebody who never sees combat. We do have unarticulated jaw, so his jaw does open up, so he can talk to Rita Repulsa or be shocked that the Rangers destroyed his latest creation. He does have a double ball joint in the head, which does let him look down about there. Can't really look that far back, he mainly just looks straight and down, but he does have some really nice head tilt as well as left and right rotation. Shoulders are on butterfly joints, so those do pivot forward and back really nicely. They go out to the side, no problem. Actually, you know what? It's not a butterfly joint, it's a ball joint. Look at that, I'm actually surprised. I was expecting a butterfly joint, but no, this is a really nice ball joint. Good job, Hasbro, they surprised me. Arm does go all the way around, and his shoulder pad is a soft plastic, so it gets out of the way. We have a single bend at the elbow, but that does go about 90 degrees, and it does rotate. No swivel at the bicep, unfortunately. And for his grip hands, we do have a vertical hinge as well as rotation at that pen. Then we do have a ball joint torso, which he really doesn't look too far down. Crunches back about that far. Yeah, there's a lot going on here which prevents him from leaning forward, but he does lean to the side really nicely. As you would imagine, his apron does hinder articulation going forward, but if the apron wasn't there, you would be able to get full forward, but this is such a thick plastic, it does not want to give, so that's about as far as it can go. Out to the side, no problem. Back, goes about there, so that's pretty good. We do have a thigh swivel up high. We have a single bend at the knee, giving us about 90 degrees, as well as rotation right there. Then we have rotation here at his pant cuff. Yeah, he does have a swivel right here where his pants meet his shoes, so that's pretty good. Then for a hinge in the ankle, I'm never a fan of when they make the swivel that low. It scares me every time, because you can see as I bend his foot back, it does bend this peg, so do be careful. It seems like his feet are really stiff. No, it's just the right foot, but yeah, we do go back and forward to about right. Doesn't go that far forward, to be quite honest, and we do have a pivot in the ankle. So overall, Finster here has some pretty good articulation for somebody who's just basically going to be standing there. So with that out of the way, guys, let's get Finster posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we have the Amazon exclusive Lightning Collection Mighty Morphin Finster posed for my final thoughts. And overall, he's a really fun character to have in your collection. Now, I know Finster really wasn't that engaged in Power Rangers. He mainly made all the villains and the putty patrols, which that's really not a big deal, but having him in hand, I can honestly say I can find a spot for him in my collection. You can't have the putties without Finster. Finster was the mastermind behind the putties, and he did make those super putties that we saw for like 2 episodes and then they never were seen again. But I really do like this figure. He does come with a nice array of accessories. They're not really weapons, but he's not the fighting type. He mainly just created them. And I do like the fact that they did make a suitcase. They can hold the putties. Now, the only issue I have with the suitcase is that they didn't give it a working hinge. It's basically just a plastic flap that closes, and over time that will break. So do be careful with Finster's suitcase. I really wouldn't be opening it and closing it quite often. Leave it open or close it. That's the only option you guys really have, because Hasbro did not have a hinge on this suitcase. So really upset about that, but I do like the little putty figures that do come in it. It's a shame that you can only remove 2 of them, but having that third one would have been really hard to keep track of them all, so I am somewhat happy about that. Now, if you guys are looking for Finster, he is an Amazon exclusive figure. However, he did go up on Hasbro Pulse. I don't know if Hasbro Pulse shipped their shipment out for it first or if Amazon did. But the point is, he is an exclusive figure, so in order to pick him up, you do have to check out him on Amazon or on Hasbro Pulse. But I do believe on Hasbro Pulse he is sold out. Amazon, I think currently he is sold out, and he's being sold secondhand market for like $30. Which I would honestly wait. I really don't see a $30 figure here. I believe Finster here was like $24, which that's the normal price of an exclusive figure back in the day. Now we're paying about $30 for an exclusive figure. So yeah, unfortunately inflation is making this hobby a pain in the behind to start. But overall, Finster here is still a very nice figure, and I do like him in my collection. So with that being said, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and check out all my other action figure reviews as well as all my other Lightning Collection videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it's in my collection, I'll gladly have a look at it. While you're at it, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, and as always, ring that bell to be notified every time I upload a video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.